Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is going to be based on a number of discussions that I've had recently on my social media accounts. So as you guys know, I'm pretty outspoken. I do Instagram lives pretty much every day, and I do quite a lot of lives and interaction in my Self-Love Club with Lucy Davis group on Facebook. So if you don't follow those and you would like to, go to the description. In there will be all of the links for you to be able to easily access how you can find my videos, how you can, join the groups, etc., etc. So a lot of people have been saying to me, because of my outspoken lives, and essentially, I've been working to increase the collective consciousness over the course of through 2021, basically. Before that, I was working with the collective consciousness when all of this nonsense started happening back in January, February 2020. I was talking very much about the love vibration. However, as we all know, that was way ahead of its time. We weren't ready for the love vibration or Lucy Love at that point. So, of course, what we stepped into was a mass awakening. So, of course, I was one of the speakers with Freedom for the Children UK protests. I was a very, very prominent figure in that movement back then. However, what shifted for myself was there's loads of other people doing that and good on them. That's amazing. So I started working on the future and what the consciousness was going to look like and how we were going to be there for people that were ready to step up and in. Now, the question that I am being asked at the moment, or more of it, it's more of a statement that people say to me is, this is our job. This is our job, Lucy. We've got to wake people up. And I actually don't agree with that. I was going to say anymore, but I actually just don't agree with that. You do have a job here on this planet. You're absolutely bang on. And maybe part of your purpose is speaking your truth in raising the consciousness on certain subjects. Amazing. Keep going. However, all of our jobs is to love. It's to feel love and to remember what love feels like, firstly with self, then with other people, so we can actually ascend into the age of love. We do not need to be going out and busying ourselves up doing things that aren't in alignment with our bodies. Now, I'm a really good example of this. Last year, I was very much beating the drum, speaking about the children, speaking about some of the horrific things that we know about. But early on in 2021, I stepped away from that. Now, it was quite interesting because I did go to the first couple of protests here in the UK, and there were millions of people there. It was absolutely amazing. But then what happened was I very much was being blocked from going. So they would always land like when I had a retreat, or land when I was, when there were things that were holding me from going. And then the messages started to come through as, no, now, like, leave that to them now, like hand the reins over to those people that are doing that. It's now time for you to help people create their new earth, whatever that looks like. It's time to create the consciousness in readiness for when people are ready. So, like, I don't judge people for still being, doing the protests and things like that. It's phenomenal. And I don't question, at some point, we're all going to have to get back out there. We're all going to have to stand our ground. Like, I'm not ruling that out completely. However, you've got to do what's authentic to you. And your job is that, to be authentic to you. Your job is not to spam people and get in their DMs and harass people with your opinions and your perspectives. That's not what it is. Your job is to stand in your truth. Your job is to be authentic. Your job is to remember who you are and what you got sent here to do. And that is love. Now, I really appreciate this is difficult for some people. And again, I speak about it a lot on my social media platforms. Every time we share something low vibrational, every time there's a post about panic or a post about fear or something like that, we are asking everybody that we send it to drop into a lower vibrational state. Now, yes, they have a choice. They can either watch it or not. They can choose to go there or not. And I'm very lucky that I'm in a position where now I can observe everything and consume nothing. But it's taken me a long time to be able to get to that. Every now and again, even I have to take a big, deep breath, you know, to get neutralized and you know, just recalibrate. So now, you know, imagine bombarding somebody who's already in fear with even more fear. Is that going to be helping the collective consciousness? Is that your job to make them more fearful, make them live in panic more? No. Remember, when we are going out and we need to do this and we need to do that for other people, remember it's coming from ego. We're all on a path. We're all on a path to return home. We're all on a path to remember who we are. We're all on a path to remember what love feels like. And that word makes so many people cringe. But that's our ultimate job. That's our ultimate purpose. But this is not your job. You know, when people come to me, but it's our job. But it's not your job. Yes, we all have different roles this lifetime, but your job is for self. And when you figure out who you are and you can stand in your authentic truth around any subject. Now, you guys will know I have been deleted from Facebook without any warning. I'd never had a warning ever. And all of a sudden, overnight, I lost 31,000 followers, 26,000 followers and 5,000 friends. Literally, boom, overnight. No warning. Okay, so just bear that in mind. In those 31,000 followers, trust me, I used to get so much grief. I used to get so much grief. I had people telling me I was paid. I was asked, how much are you being paid to spread this nonsense? I haven't been paid a penny. It's just, I know my truth. That doesn't mean it's your truth. It just means on my social media, on my pages, I'm going to speak my truth. I'm not going to stand in somebody else's truth when it's my social media. And I wouldn't expect you to either. People have a choice whether they follow you or not, right? So I'm not, you know, I'm not shy when people come forwards and, you know, they put their opinions and whatever. But the fundamental truth of the matter is, like, of course I'm going to trigger people because I am so certain. Of course I'm going to, you know, make people question where they're at because I am so certain of where I'm at. Doesn't mean I'm right. It just means I know what feels right to me and my perspective on certain situations because I've taken the time to get to know who Lucy Davis is. I've taken the time to recognize what makes me feel good, what doesn't make me feel good, what makes me happy, what makes me sad. And then I do the things that, you know, boost my life, that make me feel better, that make me feel good. Why? Because I'd rather feel good than pissed off. I would recommend to each and every one of you to get on top of who you are. Because then when anybody challenges you for doing this or not doing this or going there or not going there, trust me, you won't give a damn because you're so certain of who you are. Doesn't mean that you're not going to evolve. Doesn't mean that things won't shift. Like I say, last year, 2020, I was very much beating the drum, waking people up. Come on, come on, come on, we've got to do this. This year, I'm like, you know, people are on their path and I have to honor them for that. They've got their soul contracts and I have to honor them for that. It's not about Lucy Davis. My life is about me. My life is about me getting to where I need to be so that I'm happy and my future family are happy. So please just bring it back in when you think it's your job to keep, you know, regurgitating the same stuff and regurgitating the same film clips and regurgitating the same information. Ask yourself, is it really your job to do that? Does it make you happy to do that? If the answer is yes, continue, fill your boots, but do it on your platforms and not sliding into people's DMs because let them do it in their own pace. Okay? Now, I'm not being mean and I'm not saying screw anybody. I truly believe that people will wake up in their own time. I've got some really great examples in my family that were going along with it, going along with it, going along with it. And then all of a sudden, you know, and I've stood in my truth the whole time. I've pissed off people. I haven't even been allowed to my uncle's funeral because I've stood in my truth so much, you know? So I've been through the mill and I get it. However, these people are now starting to see the wood through the trees and it's starting to make sense. I couldn't have made that any quicker. You guys know I was one of the main speakers last year. So if I can't make my family wake up any quicker, then how will you wake up a complete stranger? And yes, it does happen. But we need to honor each other. We need to love each other. We need to respect each other. So ask people, do you want to see this video? You know, it's all about love. The only thing that's going to get us through this is love. We do need to have a revolution. I really do. I believe we need an energetic revolution, but it must be about love. Otherwise, we're just going to, you know, kick one government out and get another narcissistic bunch in. And I don't know about you guys, but I ain't going through this shit again. So let's stand in our truth. Let's love each other. Let's come together. We got this. Okay? I love you guys. I'm going to actually link back to a video I did about sex a couple of days ago. So enjoy that, won't you? And I'll catch you in the next video. See you later, guys.